Be prepared for offensive language from the start and throughout, and adult and sexual themes.
Well, what an eviction night that was. Nancy has just left that house and is going to be joining me and my panel right now on Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Side. To Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Side, and have a look. What's going on here? I must have done something nice this week. So we're up on the live set with our live set audience. Hello! We're having a lovely time. We've just seen Nancy is the second person to be evicted from the Celebrity Big Brother house. And as they say, in Italian, mind, she brought the class, she brought the glamour, she brought us the heels in the But I can't do the accent. Unfortunately, she couldn't keep her position in the house, and we can't wait to have a glass of Vino Rosso and a little bit of a gossip with her later on. She's going to be joining me down at the Bit on the Side studio alongside my gorgeous panel. So let's take a look. We've got choreographer to the stars. Arlene Phillips is in tonight. There she is. And fresh from the jungle, it's the gorgeous George Shelley. And the one and only Big Brother veteran, Alison Hammond's in the studio, yes! And not only that, we have got three girls singing us out tonight, the gorgeous Stushie! But before all of that, as we're up in a manner, I think it's best that we catch up with the BB, Queen Bee herself. But I don't know where she's... Has anyone seen Emma? Emma. There she is, Emma Willis! You look stunning. I feel like I've been evicted.
Too bad yourself. Do you feel like
I feel like I've been chucked out.
Yeah. No, it's like you've won all over again. You're sitting in that chair.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
You look really pretty.
But it wasn't me sitting here talking to you.
I know, but I've got you now.
Yes, you
and
do.
That's all that matters. Right, let's just get this out of the way. What a week. Are you all right?
Do you know, I sat there as a viewer, just going...
I just could not believe.
Is this, like, happening? Is this real? Like, what's... And then it was, oh, she's screaming, she's screaming.
It's just been the most strangest week.
I mean, it was the first full week.
It's crazy.
And it just has not stopped. Not stopped at all.
But we're over this week now. This week is last week.
And now we're prepared for next week. Or probably not prepared.
Yeah, let's see what next week brings.
Who knows what's going to happen.
Let's talk about tonight. Nancy, the Lollio's gone.
I know.
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? I feel great.
I mean, I bet she was feeling a bit nippy,
do you know what?
fairness.
She did. I did say to her, are you OK? And she went, yes, I'm very happy. So she said, but cold. So, you know, and it is freezing out there. But again, I mean, look, she just looks fantastic, doesn't Excuse me. She just looks fantastic, doesn't she?
She did look stunning.
She talks a lot as well.
That's what I was going to say.
I was going to say,
I mean, she was a talker. How was she to interview?
She was great. She's a lawyer. Do you know what I mean? So she has a very rational mind. So when you ask her a question, especially you know about Meghan and how she reacted the other day, she's like, you know, but well, you kind of have to take both sides into consideration. She looks at both sides of the story, and when you have such a fiery house where people explode at sometimes the slightest thing and sometimes with reason at big things, it's good to have somebody in there that can kind of sit back and, you know, be quite rational about the whole situation.
Is the thing, do you think that might be why that she's out? Because we haven't heard loads from her in the house, but she is quite a rational person.
Yeah.
Do you think that's part of the reason why she's out, because people are enjoying it?
I'm sure, you know, people do like to watch for the controversy, yeah. And it is, at the end of the day, a popularity contest, isn't it? And if you're not seen very much in there, then probably that's why people aren't picking up the phone to save, because it's vote to save. But she got quite a few boos, and that's one thing I didn't understand, because she hasn't done anything wrong, has she?
I don't think she's done anything wrong.
You know, she put a bottle of wine under her bed.
I mean, but we've all done that.
In the grand scheme
You should see her dressing room. It's lucky she's pregnant, I tell you now.
In the grand scheme of this week, Nancy has done nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No. So yeah, the reaction was quite surprising.
Well, I'm going to be having a chat with her in a bit. Let's talk about the Killer Noms.
Yeah.
I mean, that was all sitch.
I know.
Gemma was literally like, yeah, loving life. You know, this is what I'm all about.
She was
really
laughing
proud
it
of
up.
herself, she was like,
she?
yeah. What are you
I would
making?
love to have seen, though, what her eyes looked like behind. Because, you know, sometimes you can kind of give it that, but underneath you're going, oh, my goodness, have I just done the wrong thing?
Yeah, she's giving it all that, but she's like...
Yeah, but behind the shades, what's really going on? But, yeah, she seemed pretty confident and cocky with that nomination, didn't she?
And it's quite an eclectic mix that's up on Tuesday now, don't you think?
It is, yeah. It's well, again, like I was going to say, it's a hard one to call, but the crowd tonight are not happy with John.
No, they're not.
I think that's a fair assumption. Obviously, I don't know what the voting public think, but so who is it? John, Tiffany, Christina, and
Daniela.
Daniela. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one. But Daniela hasn't put a foot out of place, really, has she?
Not
so
really,
far. No. John is winding people up the wrong way. Tiffany is partial to an explosion.
Or two.
And Christina. It's tricky.
It's a tricky one, girls.
It's tricky. I'm trying to avoid saying anything.
Well, listen, just very, very quickly, because we are running out of time, but I've got to ask, a lot of people have been looking at the Twitter world.
Yes.
The world of Twitter.
Yes.
And a lot of people are saying over the last couple of days, some masks have been slipping.
Slipping
masks. Do you think any more...
I was going to say, what, are you going to tell me we're getting grief again?
No, we're not getting... No, well, we probably will. But who do you think's mask hasn't slipped yet?
Hasn't slipped?
Yeah. Who do you think's elastic's wearing thin?
Has a mask, but...
It hasn't shown their true self yet.
Do you know, it's so much easier when we're at Bots because all their faces are there. Right now, I have to think about everybody. Well, who's I don't know if there's anyone that I think is wearing a mask that has to slip. I think maybe the people who are wearing masks, they've already definitely started to slip.
You're so, like... straight. She's just like that, and she's like, the masks have already slipped.
Do you know what I mean? But the people whose masks haven't slipped, it's because I don't think they have one.
So they ain't wearing a mask?
Because they're just being themselves.
Should we move on from the mask?
Yeah.
Let's move on from the mask.
We're getting tied up.
No, listen, people want to know. I think it's time to go to Twitter. What should we do? Should we have a look at some tweets? We've been having them all day for you, babe. Let's take a look at the bold. What we got coming up? Oh, we are. Got a bit of music as well.
Oh.
What do you want to go for?
Oh, do I pick one?
Yeah, you pick one.
Oh, let's go surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Oh, it's a show. Let's have a look at surprise, surprise. What we got? BBUK, who this series has surprised you the most and why?
So far, I think David Guest has surprised me.
Well, he's your best mate.
Because, oh, stop it. Because having spent a couple of years as a friend of David that saw him quite regularly and watching him in the jungle, he's quite bonkers. And watching a TV show where David seems rational is quite surprising. So far, David, because he's giving quite sound advice as well. And normally you can't get a sensible word out of him.
So, David...
But then I haven't seen him for about, I don't know...
He might have mellowed.
Like 5 years.
He might have mellowed out.
He might have changed.
He's had a little mellow.
Yeah.
We are really running out of time, and I'm gutted. We've got time for one more tweet. Let's take a look. Have a go.
Bosom buddies.
Bosom buddies. Let's have a look at bosom buddies. Bosom buddies. I love that. I've got 30 seconds. If you could choose any housemate to spend the day with, who would it be and why?
Who would I choose to spend a day with? I would spend a day with... Who would I spend a day with?
15 seconds, Emma, until we fall off the air.
Darren!
Darren, we'll go for Darren. Give it up for Emma Willis, guys. Listen, I've got to get myself down the studio now. Stay with me, because Nancy's waiting in the wings for a box debut, probably wondering where I am. We're going to be heading back to catch up on the exclusive fallout after those shock Killer Noms. Don't go anywhere. Come on, you're cold and pregnant. Okay. See you after the break. Come on. Come on. Come on. just minutes away from giving a warm, thank the Lord, box welcome to Nancy. But first, let's find out what tonight's beautiful panel have to say over this lot. Shut up and sit down, sit down. I've missed you too. Stop it. We've gone and lost our little Bella Nancy. Arlene, is the right person gone?
You know what? No, I don't think Nancy. We'd seen the real side of her, you know, because she's smart, but she's very feisty. She's bloody feisty, and we didn't see the fight.
I'll get that out of her tonight, don't you worry. Alison, you know Nancy as well. I mean, she's been accused of fading into the background a bit. That's not what really we know, is it?
Babes, did she fade in the background when she was dancing? No, she didn't.
No, she did
She
not.
could dance.
I mean, Adele needs to watch her back.
She came out of a coffin,
She can move. She's done Strictly, babes. She was all over it.
Coffin.
Love her.
I like the little Strictly bit there. Look, gee, you can take the girl. I'll tell you. George, Scotty T.
babe.
Hello, babe. Look, George is here. Scotty T definitely got excited during what we've just spoke about, the Adele lip sync. Do you think he is a bit like, I'll have a bit of
I think so. I think that bum, I think she's just worked it, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? She has it.
She definitely worked it tonight, coming out of that house. Did you see what she was wearing?
Bless her.
Jeez, she must have been freezing. I mean, I was shaking having a look at her. Let me... Not like that. Don't. I knew I shouldn't have had Alison on. What do we think? Are we happy she's out?
She was just too fabulous, wasn't she? She was just too fabulous for the house. Sometimes the most fabulous people have to leave early on the process. First of all, Alison Hammond left early on.
Well,
she's too fabulous. Now we've got Nancy that's left too early. Too fabulous.
So is
isn't it?
anyone happy she's gone? No. Oh! Who said yeah? Who said yeah? Don't start around. I love her. Oh, everyone's gutted.
She didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything?
I don't think she did anything in the house, no.
Do you think she should have gone?
Yeah, boring, yeah.
Oh, well, there's one. There's always one. Well, listen, our glamour person, Nancy Delolio, will be right here in the studio any minute now. But before we chat to her, let's chat killer noms. Daniela, John, Christina and Tiffany now face eviction on Tuesday. Arlene, talk about pressure. What was you making of that?
Well, what an odd bunch to choose. I mean, how quirky.
It is.
I mean, where did that come from? OK, Christina, well, you'd think she was Little Miss Mouse. You know, we talk about not a squeak after dropping her big news. So I suppose people think she's frightfully boring. I love John. I don't care what anybody else says. Boo me. And John hasn't, you know, John is pure song and dance and a smile with it. We haven't seen enough of him yet.
We haven't seen enough of John.
You know, Tiffany, well, for goodness sake, you know, she's entertainment. She's got a mouth on her. She shouldn't go.
And then we've got Daniela.
And then Daniela, who I thought would be, like, ruling the roost, might as well be in a cupboard.
Really? Why? Alison, who would you have gone for?
Babes, can we just talk about the delivery of Gemma? Because I absolutely loved it. Not only has she ripped off my style with the top, but the glasses and the fingers. She didn't even... I'm nominating John because I didn't like what he did, you know, to Darren, you know. But it was just the fact... It was just the fact that she didn't even breathe, did she? She knew straight away it's going to be John.
It's John and that's that, boom.
It was all about the delivery for me, so...
Well, listen, we're going to have more chat from them in a bit, but give them a clap. I love that. I love that. Oh, dear. I'm still trying to warm up. We're going to have more panel bands a bit later on, but first, let's meet our second housemate to be evicted from Celebrity Big Brother 2016. Like a Roman gladiator, she intimidates even the bravest of men. It's Buonanotte for now, but give it up for the beautiful Nancy Delolio! You look stunning. It's Nancy, everyone. Come with me, Nancy. We're going to go over here. Mind your step. Oh, Nancy, go and sit down. Nancy, first of all, it's so lovely to see you as well, my darling. I've got to say, first of all, props for that outfit in this weather. Let me just say,
I'm getting very British.
She's got the legs out. Well, listen, Nance, you've been out of the house now for a couple... not that long.
No.
How are you feeling to be out?
It's still very unreal because, like I said, it was a trauma to get into the house. And it's quite a trauma to get out. Even I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here in an honourable way.
I'm happy to be here, but it's yes, it's quite still adjusting.
Are you disappointed that you're the second one out?
No, what I consider most the first because, well, I'm second. No, I'm not. Well, it's difficult to say because it's so like always I said in my conversation with Big Brother, there's a part of you that is, you know, you adjust yourself in this new world, a new bubble.
It is, it's a world within a world.
It is a world, and it's incredible. You are outside the world, but you are in another. You're inside,
totally.
But you're in another world. And I never experienced to be completely disconnected with everything. Even everywhere we go, far away, it's difficult that we don't have any connection with the phone and sound. So that's for quite long. If it has been 10 days, but it is and the time not only because we don't have a watch, I don't know how to say, but the time can be much,
Are you basically
much
saying
longer.
it's lovely to be out?
Yes.
Yeah, she is. So, I mean, come on. We'll get out. We'll get out. Listen, listen to me. Let's take it back to the beginning week. Alcohol usually causes problems in the house. And there was one big problem involving some red wine.
Yeah,
now,
but then I'll tell you the story.
Hold up. You said your personal space had been invaded after the girls took that wine back. How angry was Nancy Dell'Olio?
No, because it was a stupid things to do. And they invaded my space. Yes. Somebody came to around my bed, and it was in my area, and I will never go around to anybody else anyway. But that was orchestrated, and actually they was misled, apparently, or they didn't know. Anyway, they're young. And they did something. I tried to save the wine for the dinner because I knew that, you know, Big Brother...
It's going to go.
Yeah, well, especially with some of the very young... and, of course, there were not enough. 2 bottles for 16 people.
Do you know what?
I mean,
Nance, I like you. I like you a lot. Do you know what I've done? I've got your own goblet of red wine, look. Look at that.
No, but I do.
You have that. I've got you that, and there's a bottle there. You can put that under your bed tonight.
Okay.
I'll tell you
I don't need it under my bed. I don't even drink red wine. It's not my first. I do drink red wine, but my first choice is the fact that I knew.
I'll take it back then, Nance.
No, because I'm older and it's my time to tell the story. So I was trying. So trying to save a lighter my drink and my food. So I knew they were not providing more than they do provide alcohol, but quite very limited. And of course, some of them I knew it disappeared in a second. So because I'm very disappointed, I can't eat without having my glass of wine or champagne, whatever was in the house. So I said, I'm going to save this for later. And
they got the wrong end of the stick and went and robbed it.
No. Somebody told, they went and they found it and they drank it. They have it, so fine. So we end up to have no drink for dinner. That's fine.
Nance, we ain't got to worry now. You can have all the red wine you want.
Yes, and
she can have what she wants on this show. I'll tell you that. No, I know you have got, when it comes down to certain things, you have got incredibly high standards, and that's what I respect about you. Take a little look at your box bits.
Can you give me my glass of champagne? Thank you. Can you boys use the outside toilet? Are we gonna get some drink for dinner? 2 bottles, 3 bottles is not enough. Can't eat without a drink. Can you find out if there's any ice? Even Abigail made it like that.
She's a diva, get over it. You've got your double bed, sweet dreams.
Deeper. Oh, Scotty was not so deep.
What a woman, what a song, let me just say that. How does it feel watching that back? How does it feel watching it back?
Well, you see, I never watch anything about me. I never, so it's difficult, but probably one day I'm going to watch it. So it's difficult to see yourself, and because when I've been myself, so you don't really, when you see again backwards, it was funny. I think it was funny. I definitely, generally, I did. It was tough, because it's tough to be in a house, especially for... I mean, for me, it was tough because I would step out completely for anything, my comfort zone. But not only that, because you never know how to adjust with many people coming from different walk of life completely. And as much I do think I am nice with people, and I like to get to know people, but it was a challenge for me because I discovered things that I was not expecting about myself. And so that was good, but I was close to the limit.
Can I just say, Nancy, I've been doing this job, what, 3 years? 3 years now? This is the first time I've held someone's hand the whole way through an interview. And what a hand to hold! What a hand to hold! I'm going to give it... What an hand to hold. Listen, you don't go away empty-handed. Let me tell you that. Every housemate that I like, I give a little present to.
Oh.
And you are no exception. You might throw it in the bin, but I won't be offended. This is a little toothy ta-ra from me to you. It's a very own set of Ryland's farewell fangs. That's for you, my darling. You look after that, and you can do with it what you will.
Yes, of course.
That is prestigious.
Oh, of course it's prestigious.
Do not throw that in the bin. I'll find you.
No,
Come with me. Come with me because
I won't.
you put that there. Go on. You come with me because listen, this is we've had the toothy ta-ra, the farewell fangs, but this unfortunately is the moment. No.
Thank you.
This is the moment that they all dread. Because Nancy, turn around. It's time for Nancy to turn red.
Oh.
My
So
darling.
when did I plan to be red?
Listen, we're going to be hearing more from her later as she's going to be joining my glamorous panel.
It suits me anyway.
Yeah, it suits you, it suits you, done. But for now, give it up for Nancy, everyone. Coming up, the harshest critics in town, that lot are going to be asking her some questions. Plus, we'll be having our very own lip-sync battle when the one and only Stussy are going to be playing us out at the end of tonight's show. And don't forget, Nancy's got an appointment at the dentist. Oh, that's going to touch a nerve, believe me. See you after the break. Oh, you're going to love it. You are going to love it. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Still to come. Nancy's going to be getting an almighty grilling, followed by a right good drilling when she faces the truth extractor of Boreham Wood. It's a standard Friday night on Boss, let me tell you that. But first, we have got some killer noms to sort out. Where did that come from? Let me just talk about that. It's time to turn the nominees blue before we say ta-ta to them too. So, the housemates up for eviction this week are Daniela, John, Christina, and Tiffany. So, Daniela, John, Christina and Tiffany are all facing eviction on Tuesday night. Nancy, let me come to you first. What are you making of them for being up?
Would I think about the nominations?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, this is the worst thing happened in a Big Brother house. The fact you have to everyone has to be nominated. So I tell you the truth, I'm not surprised.
No, you're not shocked?
And not shocked because of dynamics. You know, every day there's a new games and new things going on.
And do you feel that the cliques are sort of moving about a bit as well? People are sort of jumping ship every now and again.
Well, they're jumping as much as they can jumping. I mean, there's not much space to jump.
Might as well send in a trampoline. They're like this.
So it's well, there's something to keep you busy in the house, of course, and it's probably I learned that everybody has probably, most of them have a game. They play a game and they're doing it, and every day the dynamics changing. So I was out of that because I try not to have any sort of a way. I don't know if it was good or bad, but I can't. I was not playing any game.
No.
I was trying to be
You
me.
were just Nancy Dell'Olio,
Exactly.
and that's why we love her. Alison, let me come to you, babe. Stephanie went for Daniela. I mean, That was quite a shock to me. I didn't see that one coming.
Well, she just couldn't. She couldn't think of anybody else to go for, really, and she did. I mean, she gave the killer nomination and then said, "I love you."
I know.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
I mean, Gemma didn't. Gemma didn't. She was giving that. Go on, Nan.
Can I ask you one? This is because of course I'm not aware.
Yeah.
So even when we are in a house, we don't know who's nominated us. I learned tonight.
Yeah.
So everyone.
That's how it works now.
Well, for me, I know, but I never watched a Big Brother before. So, this is the truth, and it's the only way. So I don't know how it works. But there's a killer nomination next week?
Yeah, so it was face-to-face tonight, Nan. So it was after you'd done your exit interview tonight with Emma. That's what happened in the house, and the housemates had to nominate. The saved housemates that were up tonight, they nominated and made killer noms. So them 4 that are now in blue, they're facing the shop on Tuesday.
And this is Ryland Clark, just so you know.
It's actually Ryland Clark Neil now. Let me just put that out there. Right, listen, let's get back to the house action. We saw Megan get the formal warning tonight for her behaviour. Arlene, I mean, what was that like to watch for you?
She is so over the top. She's upside down backwards, like her own roller coaster ride. However, the aim of the game, I believe, in Big Brother is to make yourself a star any way you can. Get on the front of the newspapers, cause utter chaos.
I say we put Arlene in.
She
Should we like that? I'm coming in. Yeah. I'm coming in.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, she's done everything she wanted to do, and she probably goes to bed and goes hee 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 hee.
And just loves it. I've got to ask, George, I'm going to come to you in a second, but Alison, I've got to come back to you. What did you make of the Clear the Air chat with Tiffany? Because it was...
Did anything... Was there a resolution?
I don't know, but we've got to touch upon the fact of, hold on, she's talking to me.
Yeah.
When, there is beef between her and Gemma.
But you know what? Gemma does like to get in on it, doesn't she? She's one of them girls who likes to get into every situation, and sometimes she needs to back off a little bit.
Just needs to
But
slide
I do
back.
like Gemma, don't get me wrong, because we've got the big thing going on together, and I do love a bit of Gem. I do love her.
You just want some free clothes. I know where going. I know you're going.
She's already said them, don't it?
Well, listen, all of that kicked off because she was angry with John being two-faced. Nancy, you've been in there. Let me ask you about John, because he's really split opinion out here this week. Is he two-faced?
Okay, first of all, to say no, he's not, well... First of all, to say that I'm the one that what happened in the house, stay in the house.
Yeah. To the rest of the nation.
And I know it disappointed you in one way, I know, but you're watching all the time. So, and, all the time, exactly. So...
Do you think he's two-faced?
Probably even more than 2 sometimes.
George, do you think he's two-faced? I know you do.
No, we actually, no, I love John, but we didn't know each other, because, like, I didn't know, and apart from Christina, from David Guest, I didn't know, so, and actually I didn't even want to Google. I heard about John and things, so, but we're sympathy immediately, so I do love John. And,
but he's got more faces than Big Ben, you think?
But I mean, he's a smart guy.
He's a smart man.
Very smart guy.
Smart man. George,
Yeah.
do you think he has been a bit
I don't know,
two-faced?
because when you're in that sort of situation, it's like a pressure cooker, because you have all these different sort of like characters and opinions. Do you not think he's just like a people pleaser and he just wants to be friends with everyone?
Let's find out. Maybe. Hang on, she's having a moment. Wait, I better go over now. Get her a water.
If he was a people pleaser, there's no way he'd have done what he did to Darren. It was bang out of order. Who gave God the day off and put him in charge? To start talking about what he's doing in there, the fact he wants a cigarette, he wants to... Get off the guy's back. He's so two-faced. He's irritating. It's getting cringeworthy now.
All right, who don't think he is? Who thinks he's not two-faced?
I'm half.
Oh, we are. Let me come over here. Your lovely jacket.
Thank you very much. I don't think he's two-faced at all. I think John's love was kind of the whole harsh that's what it is. And
no, it's my love.
No, he loves him for as a friend to Darren. That's what he was trying to say. He was basically trying to say, he's kind of it's harsh love. It's tough love. He was trying to give him.
I'm coming back. Don't, because they're rushing me on, and I'm going to fall down the stairs. There seems to be quite a lot of chat about John's motives in the house. Alison, who is the real John?
Well, I did win £50,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with John. He did help me through that. He did help me through it. And I feel like he has got a really good heart, but I feel Big Brother changes people. Yeah.
Well,
it's one of those things. He doesn't know whether he's coming or not.
I mean, you used to be a lovely person. And now...
Exactly.
Oh, the things she's asked for.
Can I respond from the audience regarding Darren? Actually, I think it is... I loved what John said. Darren, because he absolutely was a very true friend. He said it he was a true friend. He knows, and John loves Darren.
Yes.
And he knows Darren. He said exactly, actually, I was surprised when I made my nomination regarding other people, and Big Brother didn't accept my motivation. That was much more similar what John made us to do face-to-face. And he did, I would expect that he had to be more grateful, because he was shown to be a real friend to Darren. Absolutely.
Nancy, let me come to Arlene. Arlene, you've known John forever.
Since he was 16 years old.
Who is the real John? Because we saw him going on launch night, and he was very selfless, very humble. And then we've started to see him really do take control in there.
John, you know what? John is a real mix of a person. Yes. He really is. He has a sweet side, a tender side, and he has a side I love, and he's somebody I've had huge rows with him. But he and Darren come from the same world. They were both in Greece. They know each other. They care about each other. Johnny's very caring. He's doing the show, we all know, because he wants to raise money to keep his mum. But I know that he gave up a year of his work to go home and care for his mum. He's a really touching, tender person. And I think he's just lost it.
Mixed
and
up
when
in the
we
game.
suddenly saw him doing, his song and dance, he can be fun, he can be funny, he can be gentle, and he can also be damn rude.
Absolutely.
There she goes.
But this is true. That's like I said, the Big Brother house can change. It's quite a very situation. You can't really. It's difficult because we are such incredible pressure, and your personality can mislead in a way. Some acting they take out of the contest. I don't know. You don't watch everything.
We don't see everything. Of course, we only have an hour.
We are in a house,
show.
and I'm telling you. So I'm sorry you interrupt. That what John said to Darren. Is so sorry. It's wrong interpretation. He did because he really cared about him.
You think he's a real caring person?
It is.
Well, Nancy was in there, so we do need to appreciate that.
Caring person.
But on that note, we're going to be chatting a bit more to them later. But give it up for our panel. What a panel! Come on, shut up. George, be quiet. You're so leery.
I'm just so excited.
Coming up, Nancy has got an appointment with the Truth Extractor of Boreham Wood, also known as TV's most dastardly dentist. It's going to be a gas. It's time now for one last break. And if you don't want to see Daniela, John, Christina and Tiffany in this very chair getting the adrenaline of their lives, I suggest you pick up the phone and get dialing. Who stays? You decide! This week, Daniela, John, Christina and Tiffany all face the public vote. Who stays? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. From a mobile, call 6 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. For Daniela, add 03. For John, add 08. For Christina, add 10. For Tiffany, add 15. Calls to the long number will cost 50 pence plus your network access charge. Calls to the short number will cost 50 pence. Voting closes in Tuesday's eviction show. If you're watching on Catch Up after that or outside the UK, please don't vote. Votes cast after lines close won't count. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. Big Brother's bit on the side. Still to come. Stooshi's going to be singing us with a couple of banging tunes. And Nancy is going to get the drilling of a lifetime. But first, let's find out what's going on in that house.
You all right, Johnny?
I'm really all right. I don't want you to worry about it either, because I know you will, and you mustn't, OK?
If you ever see that back, when they shouted what they shouted, I shook my head and looked down because I don't for a second I feel anything else in gutted.
You don't have to be gutted, Darren. You don't have to be gutted. I stand by what I said and I stand by what I did.
Right.
And I don't feel bad about it. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. We've talked about it and you know. And that's all right. If it's anybody else's, what everybody else thinks about it, that's up to them. Me and you are cool and that's all that matters.
We are cool now.
Babe, we're cool. I don't care what's been said in the diary room, what's been said in other shots. I'm not even bothered about it. So you mustn't...
I swear to God, I've said nothing in it that I haven't said to you.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. I don't care. Don't even worry about it, Dan. You okay? Please, promise me.
All right.
Don't feel... Promise me.
All right.
Are they making up? Alison, what are we making of that?
Orcs. Oh, it's so awkward. I don't know. I don't think Darren's ever going to get over it.
You've been in panto with Darren, haven't you?
Yeah, and I was in panto.
Oh no, you haven't.
Love it.
All the gang.
I was in panto when Darren met his now wife.
Oh.
So I shared a dressing room with his now wife,
Careful.
Stephanie. Hello, Steph. You all right, babes? I think he's doing really well, babes. And yeah, so I feel like I was part of that whole relationship.
So Darren Day has to thank his marriage to Alison Hammond. That's what she's trying to say. That's what she's trying to say. Arlene, do we think that these two will be able to get as close as they were in the beginning?
Not if they go about it like that. They'll never get close again.
No.
That was just so uncomfortable.
It's
Really
come to a nice
uncomfortable.
place from Darren, though. I feel like he really means
Oh, hang on,
it.
George is saying something.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's still got a bit of something to do.
No, I think Darren, he seems really sincere. I think the way he was coming across it was like really from the heart.
He does seem to
really
be really being sincere, but someone who is being sincere about something else, and when I say something else, I mean stirring, is the GC. Nancy, she's the first one to admit she loves a good old stir of the pot. Do you think she is getting involved in people's businesses and just giving a little sprinkle?
Are we talking about Gemma?
Yes, darling.
Nancy.
Oh, God. Probably.
I'm going home. I know. Gemma, talk to me about Gemma. Nance, come on.
Is it the GC?
The GC.
The GC. I love her, to be honest with you. She's playing a game. It's a game. It's Big Brother. She's playing a game. She's got that wooden spoon out. She's stirring it up, and she's doing it really well. But you know, how long can it last, babe, before everyone starts turning on her?
Oh! What do we think? What do we think? Oh, John's piping up in the back.
Gemma does everything for attention. She give away the shoes for attention.
Don't bring up the shoes.
For attention. She does everything. And then she said to Tiffany, you need to do something about the house. Get out of the bed yourself, girl.
Oh! What? Who's liking a bit of Gemma? Here, someone's down here. Come on,
I think
darling.
she's absolutely amazing. And she's just being herself. And I just think I think she should carry on stirring.
You think she should carry on stirring? Listen, I'm running quickly out of time, but very quickly down the panel.
Yeah.
Alison, who do we want to see go on Tuesday?
I don't want anyone to go, but I think it's going to be John, unfortunately. I don't want him to go, but it's going to be John.
I don't know.
Quicker, George.
Daniela, maybe.
Daniela, Arlene.
I think maybe Christina, because she hasn't appeared yet.
Nancy, who do you think will go out of them for?
If I have to say the best one goes out, then John.
You think John? Well, listen, give them a round of applause. They've been all right tonight. Now, listen, Nancy, your time in the house is sadly over. But you've got one more appointment to keep, and I promise you, this won't hurt one bit. It is time for your truth extraction! worry, darling. You are in safe hands. Do you know why?
Yes, really.
Do you know why? Because I do all my own work.
That's good.
Thanks, Alison, thanks. Now you're sitting comfortably. I'm going to fire some quick questions at you, and I want your sharpest response, all right?
I'm going to try this time.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Promise to tell the truth about this, right?
The truth, darling, the truth, darling.
The truth.
All right, open wide. Let's begin. Who needs to be extracted from the house?
Everyone.
Would you rather live in that house for a whole year or allow me to perform a root canal? Do you want... I'll do it. No?
You leave that the entire house?
She'll stay in the house.
I'll stay.
You are all up in each other's space in there. Who needs a good hygienist?
Few of them, probably, but I never get too close to anyone.
Well, I'm going to not believe that, how she's going on with me. Oh, no! Right, hang on. It's time to gargle and spit. Let's find out who's been rinsing you on social media. Who said this about you whilst you were in the house? No need for beds, as I've heard it on good authority that Nancy sleeps hanging upside down like a bat. Was it A, Matt Johnson, B, Stephen Mulhern, or C, Jeremy Kyle? Do you know who any of them are?
No, I have no idea.
Do you know what? Should we just leave it there? It was Matt Johnson. Get out of here anyway. Listen, that is all for tonight. A massive thank you for my fantastic panel and our audience. Thank you. I'll be back here on Monday at 11 p.m. with my telly mum and dad, Eamon and Ruth. Plus, this one is going to be joining me too. She just don't know it yet. Until then, you can catch up with all the latest in Live from the House on 5 Star and even more chat tomorrow on the Saturday show. But now, there's only one way to follow us visit to the dentist. It's Stussy. Give it up for them. Night-night.